name is Poppie. I am the owner of Gizia South Africa. My company, I started it in 2013, the Gizia South Africa company, but I've been in retail in a way since 2010. Personally, I've been working in retail, from a property side of things. But I went into retail as in selling in 2010. That's when I started my business. I was selling from the boot. So I've been doing it since then, and I opened my first shop in 2015. Minimum of 2.5 million. It could be more because there were other things that kept on cropping up. Even now, I sometimes have to use money from my own pocket. Yeah, but from the beginning, to shop fit the store and to buy stock, I used about 2.5 million. I'm the only shareholder in the business. I have no partners. And our customers, it's hard to really tell the number of customers we have because of the area or the location where the business is based. But we have a lot of repeat business. But I could say approximately on a monthly basis, we have about between 60 and 80 customers who are frequently coming to the shop. And then we have those random customers who just come in and go. Maybe they are travel once off. But yeah, we have maybe about 80 frequent customers. Well, I'm in retail. I focus on female apparel. So Gizia is actually a brand, and it's an existing brand from Istanbul. They have over 300 stores worldwide, with most of them being in Istanbul, of course, and we are the first one in Africa. Gizia is a premium brand, so it's more of a luxury kind of brand. Although it has, like under the Gizia is the main company, so under Gizia there's other brands like Gizia Casuals, there's La Gazette, and there's Kive. So Gizia is the most expensive, it's the most premium. Then you have the other ones like La Gazette, Gizia Casuals, and Kive. They are more of your day-to-day kind of things that you can wear. They are less expensive, but the Gizia being the premium brand. I think it was early last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, early last year. Yeah, I think it was really, I don't remember the exact time, but it was sometime last year. Around March, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I started with the inquiries, which took some time, before I got the response and stuff like that. But I kept on persisting, until somebody responded, and I went through with the process of application, and to date. I tried the major banks, and it's been a challenge because they want you to have part of the money that you require, which I don't have because most of my money I've already used to start up the business. So it's been a challenge, but so at the moment I actually have an overdraft with the bank that I have a business account in. But as for funding, I haven't received any from any company, but I've been trying to apply. I've applied with SIFA. Some of the companies, have never responded. They've never gotten back to me, but I've been trying different companies. Some companies don't focus on retail, so they can't help me on those bases because they just don't fund retail. I haven't received it as yet. Yeah, we signed the contract in April this year, And since then, we were told that the money will be released in approximately 2 weeks. So to date, we haven't received anything. We keep receiving communication that, there's a meeting, it could be this time, it could be that time. But it's been quiet for a while now. But I haven't received the money as yet. Since opening of the store, I think so far we've employed 7 people, although some have left. We've employed a total number of 7 people, with 6 of them being youth and 1 being an adult, and 2 were men and the rest are women. Currently, we have 4 people working in the company, and only 1 man and 4 ladies, with 3 being youth and 1 being an adult. We are based at OR Tambo International Airport in the duty-free section. At the moment, we're not supplying anything to AXA, but we would love to. Part of the business, we have the image consulting side of the business, so it would be great to do business with AXA, because I believe that a company like AXA will benefit from the services that we provide, because we actually teach people, the importance of looking the part. The image of the company should match the image of the people working for the company. So I believe that we could really add value to the company. So we'd love to do business with AXA in that regard. And also because we do personal shopping, we do styling. So I believe that even the executives in the company, it's people who don't have time to go shopping, but their jobs require them to look the part. So I think that's where we could, tap in and help them, because, people who are extremely busy, some don't even know how to dress for their jobs. So that's where I think we will be able to help. So it doesn't really matter whether they call us for an event, maybe, or a wellness day, to talk about the importance of image, that could work, or we could do one-on-ones. We could help the executives, because most of them don't have the time. Some of them don't even know what works for them. So that's where we'll be able to assist. It's what I love, first of all. I love fashion and beauty. It's been my passion from a very young age. I've been interested in fashion and beauty. And unfortunately, I couldn't pursue a career in fashion and beauty because it was not considered to be profitable, So now that I'm older and I can make my own decisions, I decided to follow my dream and do what I love. But on the other hand, I've worked for AXA before, so I've identified that there are gaps in retail, because currently, or before we came on board, the retail offering didn't have any shop that focuses, purely on women. You'd have shops like Pringle, where they focus maybe 70% of Pringle is men and 30 is women. And you have Burberry, which has 50-50, but it focuses on certain kind of style. And so for me, I believe that we are bridging a gap that has been there for long. We are able to appeal to women. There's a lot of women who are traveling at the moment, so we are able to appeal to those kind of women, or also to men, who want to buy gifts for their partners. So we are there. We are a first option for such customers. So I believe that we are relevant, and the position or the location where we are, we really are bridging a gap that has been there for a while. I'd love to see my company grow, really. I'd love to see birth of other Gizia stores nationally and regionally as well. I believe that there is a market for what we do, so I believe that we could grow into. We have a lot of people who are asking for what we sell. They want, every time they come in, even locals, South Africans, they come in. Some are very familiar with the brand because they travel, so they would ask, do you have a shop in Cape Town? Do you have this? So clearly there is a need, out there. There is a potential. So I'd love to see the company grow. We are growing into more branches, and also. For me, it's not just about growing in numbers, like saying maybe in 5 years' time we have 3 more stores or what. It's not only about that. I believe that the more we grow, the more we have potential to make more revenue, which will enable us to make a difference out there. Because I believe that just making money is not purposeful. Hence people end up, abusing money and stuff like that because they feel like their lives is based on or are based on money. So for me, I believe that being able to grow and being able to make a certain amount of money, I'll be able to make a difference out there. There's problems out there. At the moment, we are working with a school in Mamelodi. It's a primary school, where we have found out that there's so many problems where we could actually make a difference. So for me, being able to have the capacity to make a difference is more purposeful than just saying I have 5 stores and there's no impact that we're making. So I believe that the more we grow, the more difference we'll be able to make out there. Currently, we are not making the turnover that we want to make because we're having cash flow challenges. Sometimes we don't have enough stock, so we miss out on a lot of potential sales. But when I believe that once things are in order, we'll be able to. We're not even breaking even at the moment. So I believe that if we could make break even and maybe make a turnover about 600,000, it will be a good start now, and in the future, if we could grow our revenue at, between 25 and 40%, I think it will be good growth. It will be good growth for us, and to be able to make a difference that I'm talking about, because for us to just be there, it's just means nothing, So, yeah, I believe that a 25 to about 40% growth will be a good growth in our revenue, and we'll be able to say, if we could have, maybe in the next 5 years, we have 3 more stores open, we will, depending on the locations of the stores, because, if it's airport-based, we have challenges of shifts. We work longer shifts, like currently we work 16-hour shift. So we have to have people coming in and going. So you need more people than you would in your high street malls, like your Centrum City or what. We would require less people, So if we could, achieve a goal of having 3 stores in 5 years, I believe that we'll be able to hire about 15 more people. And the majority, currently most people who are looking for jobs are youth. You hardly find adults who are looking for jobs. And I believe in empowering youth, because adults have had their chance, and maybe some never made use of those opportunities. But, we have now the opportunity to grow young people and help them become better people. So I believe that about 15 to 20, maybe, depending on the location, like I'm saying, people will be hired. And mostly we also like to empower women. Like I'm saying, that the school that we focus on in Mamelodi, you find young kids who are battling, who are raised by mothers, they are fatherless kids, or, so I believe that once women are empowered, the future is much brighter, So we focus mainly on young people and women. We do not discriminate, against men, but we've never had any men in a way applying for jobs. We always find women and young people. Cash flow, like I'm saying, we have cash flow problems. The business, I started the business, with money from my investments and whatever savings I had, and so having to run the business requires money. You've got to pay rent, and the space we're renting is not cheap. It's very expensive. So, and we are new in the industry. So we don't really have the financial muscle, to be able to stand. But yeah, we keeping on. We believe that things will get better, and so cash flow is a major problem for us, and rent is another problem which we have addressed with AXA Retail. To say help us. How best can you help us? The rent is too high for us. We cannot afford it. It becomes very difficult for us to be able to survive. So yeah, they're looking into it. They've requested some reports and stuff like that. I'm not sure where things are at the moment. They're still waiting for feedback. But if we could have our cash flow issues resolved, like currently, rent takes about 73% of overheads, which is too high. Just too high. We have we don't have overheads that we could say maybe we could cut, and maybe financially things would be better. No, we don't have, because we've got to pay salaries and rent. I'm talking about minimum rental. There's other things that come with the rent, like water and electricity, marketing fees and stuff like that. So which is too high for us as startups. So yeah, if we could have our cash flow problems, improve, get better. And also the rent issue, I think things will be much better. We'll be able to do much better. And at the moment, I'm in the process of proposing a pop-up store with AXA, because Gizia is a brand, so you are regulated by a contract to say this is what you can sell, this is what you can sell. But we have a lot of customers who are coming into the store and they tell us what they want, and it's things that are not available in the mall. So for me, I feel that there's potential, there's a market that we can tap into. People want also, they appreciate the luxury that they find in the store, but they also want things that, travel essentials. They want to buy t-shirts, simple t-shirts. They want to buy ties, things they can wear on board as they travel, So I believe that it's a market that we can tap in, and maximize that. So we are in a process of proposing that with AXA. So if they can give us space, even if it's just a kiosk, but we know that there's a market. People want socks, plain socks. They don't want Pringle socks, because Pringle socks have, that's print. They Pringle print, a check or what. They don't want that. They just want simple cotton socks, and nobody sells those things in the duty free. So there's potential there. So once we have the cash sorted, we'll be able to implement such. We try a lot of marketing in store. We introduce things like, because we've noticed that most of, especially men, sometimes they are afraid to buy gifts. They don't know what to buy for their wives because they are afraid, what if the size is wrong? Because it's a European brand, so the sizes are not really the same as South African sizes. So once he comes in and says, I'm looking for a dress, my wife is a size 34, and we say to him, okay, it's a 38 in Europe, and he starts wondering, oh no, it can't be, 38 is too big, stuff like that. So we try and sell things like scarves more. So we will center our promotions around scarves, but around little things like belts, things that are easy to buy, So we'd say buy two, get one for 50% off, things like that, which are helping. But the challenge is we then sell out, we become sold out. The scarves are sold out, and then we're still waiting for the money to accumulate the money so that we can go buy again. And one other thing is that we have to attend showrooms. Like right now, I have a trip due to go and place orders for my stocks, because you only place your orders twice a year. You attend a fashion show or a showroom opening, so it's a collection for a season. Like now I have to go attend Spring Summer 2017. So when I go there, I select the things that I think I want that will work for my shop, and then I decide on the sizes. Then they go make those things. So in about 3 months, the stock is ready, they send it through. So it becomes a challenge once things are sold out. because then you're either waiting for another showroom. But another thing is that we are able to go because they have like an outlet. So I'm able to go and buy scarves. They may not be in season, but it's silk. They're all silk scarves. It's just that the prints are not current, but my customers don't know all that. They just appreciate quality silk scarves, So it becomes a challenge because once we are sold out, then we run out of options on what to do. And another initiative is the one I'm talking about, the proposal that I'm busy with, AXA, regarding the pop-up. Where we will be able to sell, because it will be cheaper items, just simple t-shirts, good quality t-shirts, tights, wrap dresses, things like that. We have identified a company that can supply such for us. We cannot sell those things in the store, but I'm talking to Gizia to see if they can maybe allow me, because there's a lady who owns a Gizia store in Dubai, and she doesn't sell Gizia, wholly. About 30% of the shop is not Gizia. So I'm proposing the same thing with the franchise to see if they can allow me to sell 30% in case AXA can't give me space, to be able to do what I want to do. Then if Gizia can allow me to sell whatever I want, 30% of what I want, so then it will be okay. Then I can introduce the other merchandise that I'm referring to, which I believe will sell well, because on a daily basis there's a customer coming in saying, I need a t-shirt, I need this, I need that, but they want simple things. Gizia is more glamorous, like the t-shirts have Swarovski stones, so they are more glamorous than anything, and people just want something to wear in as they travel, so yeah, those are the things that we're working on. Well, when it comes to giving us the money, not yet, but we haven't lost hope. We understand there are challenges here and there, but we've signed contracts, so it's a done deal. That contract is binding, so they have to do their part as well. But what I appreciate is the fact that they engage us in other things. Like recently, we've been invited to take part in an expo, which was the first time for companies like Gizia. So we were part of an expo in Gallagher Estates a month ago, which was a huge success for us, I believe, and it was a great eye-opener, So I feel that those kind of things are empowering to us as small businesses, because we got to connect with potential customers, especially on the image side of things, companies who are interested in the services that we provide. We got to meet other companies who do things like, they make belts, beautiful crocodile skin belts or ostrich skin belts. It's very elegant kind of stuff that I believe that will sell well in our business. But currently, like I'm saying, we are busy in negotiations with Gizia to see if they can allow us to at least sell 30% of what we want. Then we'll be able to engage those businesses, and it will be great to have a local supplier. Then there are no issues of travel, every time you are running out of stock. And also the issue of foreign exchange is a huge problem in our business, because when we place, like now I have to go and place an order for stock. When I place an order, you find that because we have a dollar account and a euro account, so when we place an order, and it's probably, when you do the conversion, we're probably about 700,000 of stock. And by the time I pay, because then I have to pay as and when I have the money, every time I make payment, the value of the rent has changed, compared to when I placed an order. So it becomes very costly at times, to be able to take care of. But if we had the buying power, it wasn't a problem, because we place an order, we pay for it, and then it's not an issue, But now we have those challenges that, we place an order, the rent is maybe 14 Rand 50 to $1, and then, in 2 months' time, it's about 16 rands. It's a costly exercise for us. Well, I believe that, they are doing well so far, but if they could provide us with a mentoring program, a mentorship program, I think that it will help a great deal. Most of us are new in the industry, we need help. We may, at personal capacity, probably do it, find, mentorship and stuff like that. But sometimes it's very expensive, and you don't have the financial capacity to do that, So I believe that if they could help us in that regard, it would really help a great deal. And the fact that they are willing to give us the money, I think it will be, it will show great responsibility on their side to also equip us by offering us a mentorship program, to ensure that, we are on the right track, because we have simple challenges like, your accounting issues, because we cannot afford to go to companies like Deloitte and Touche or Susan Zaluba or whatever, because those are big companies. We cannot afford to pay such companies. So we are relying on, smaller accounting companies, and sometimes they have their own issues. I mean, since I started my business, I've changed, so many accountants. It's such a frustrating issue on my side, but I believe that when I have a mentor who can assist me, with simple things like that, I think it will help a great deal, So if they can provide a mentorship program, I think that will be a great start, it will be more empowering for us, and continue doing what they do, with things like expos, and also maybe allow us to attend expos that are industry related, for somebody like me, maybe expose me to fashion weeks, things like that. I can do it myself, but I think on their side it will be more of a sure thing that we've exposed her to 1, 2, 3, and we are helping her, and it will lie with you as a business person to make sure that you make things work. But if they can expose us to such things, I think it will work very well. And also the fact that we are trading, for me, I'm trading from OR Tambo International Airport, so I'm exposed to customers who are coming from different countries, Nigeria, Kenya, Luanda, stuff like that. So I believe that if there are fashion weeks and stuff like that, if AXA could help me to be able to go so that I can understand the kind of customer that I'm serving, what is happening in their countries. I think it will help me to be able to make better decisions business-wise as well. And when I source my stock, I'm able to know that, okay, like most African countries are Muslim countries, so there are things they can wear and things they cannot wear. They appreciate long dresses and maybe I don't focus much on that. And for me to be able to get such exposure will be able to help me to be able to know that, okay, I have maybe 30% of my customers are like this, so I need to focus more on this and things like that. So I think that kind of exposure will really benefit us as business people. I think, like I said, mentorship, is a big deal, I believe, and we also have, the thing is, AXA funds, different business people with different, in different industries or sectors. So I'm not sure how that would work, but I believe that, okay, I know 3 retailers who are at OR Tambo International, we are in the same space, So if they could provide us with things like training, training on merchandising maybe, training on sales, things like that, because I want to do it. Sometimes I attend training, with my suppliers, and I come home and train my staff, But it will be great for me to send my staff on training. But right now, to be quite honest, I can't afford it, But we do the best that we can to empower people. But if AXA can provide such things, I think it would really help a great deal, And training and mentorship, if they could help us in that regard, And also, I don't know what the problems are right now. Why aren't they releasing the money and stuff like that? Because they're really not giving us details. But if the challenge is the amount of cash they are releasing, I believe that maybe they could also help us by releasing the money in bits, in pieces, not maybe wholly. If they can say to me, okay, what are your urgent issues? And I say, I need to release, like right now, there's some stock I need to release. I need about 250,000, So if they could help me, I don't really have to wait for the 1.5 million or whatever amount that they have promised to me. But that 250 will help me to be able to proceed with what I do without having to struggle much, So yeah, I think they have to relook at their current structure, or I don't know what to call it, and maybe like now we're doing interviews. I'm sure you've had feedback from different business people, but look at each problem and see how they can merge everything and try and come up with something that works for everybody, But we appreciate the fact that they believe in us, The banks want collateral, they want things that we don't have, and which makes it impossible. They say they can't trust you. So for the fact that AXA is willing to help us, and it's a grant for that matter, for me, I'm really grateful, that I'm able to get such help.